matchup for you here between the Chicago Blues and our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow...
He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Blues go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Operating from the gun, Samuels. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on 3rd down, Samuels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll find Jones again, complete.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Lions will take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. And as we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. The Lions at 10-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And some room to roam now. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Now the ball comes loose. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Samuels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Lions have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That one in the book.
counts as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And it'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
There's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Caught by Jones. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's the fullback.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Blues have retaken the lead.
And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, The big guys up front won the day.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Samuels. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Samuels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
To throw on 2nd down. Samuels finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Chicago offense set to get started. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The throw over the middle taken in.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! From 17 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
62 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Tackle made right at midfield. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down. Samuels. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and 4. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around. I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A huge win defensively there on the sack, setting him back 12 yards. And now 3rd and goal.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Bucs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take him the distance. But at short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Samuels. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake. Samuels. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Evades him at the 20. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Samuels. And that is incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Samuels. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Samuels. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense set to take over. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant, keep throwing it around. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 1st down, Samuels. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt, and this one is right down Broadway.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He'll look to throw.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They'll look to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Hands it off out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here. They hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. They left the confidence of the halfback to let the tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that is no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So here come the Lions now.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Samuels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuels. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Samuels throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
The last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Samuels. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A very solid gain of 27.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off.
Touchdown! A great effort there. his first touchdown on the year. And the Blues answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing to start the drive. Samuels. Over the middle, it's complete. To throw on second down. Samuels. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Back to throw. Samuels. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
On third down, Samuels. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 73 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. 1:47 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And he lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's the option, running right. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for our visitors, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year.